Do you know that? Well, keep listening for a biblical understanding of the psychology of the mind. Great afternoon and welcome of Mind, Body, and Soul with Annette. And I'm your host, Annette Harris. I want to thank you so much for joining us on today, for watching and or listening. Before we go further, let's acknowledge the Lord in prayer. Lord, we thank you for this wonderful day that you've blessed us to see. Bright sunshine, beautiful weather. We are still here in the land of the living, and we are grateful. We thank you for what you have done and for what you're going to do. Get the glory out of today's session. In the name of Jesus, we pray. And our opening scripture is the first part of Hosea 4 and 6, and it states, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee." And again, we are grateful to be here on this afternoon. We are live. It is another Wednesday. Hump day, as many of you call it. Middle of the week, we are here. Absolutely. We are here. Before I go further, let me just let you know there are 3 different ways that you can listen and or watch us on today. You can go to the station's website, intellectualradio.com, all one word, intellectualradio.com. I also have a Facebook live feed going on my page, Annette, known as Annette. And then we are also on my YouTube channel. Have you subscribed to my YouTube channel yet? If you have not done so, please make sure you do that on today. We would really appreciate it. And go ahead and make sure you click the little bell. That way you'll know when I go live. And I am so excited on this afternoon because I am joined by beautiful. Isn't she pretty? Isn't she beautiful?
Thank you. And so are you.
Oh, thank you. I'm joined by a wonderful woman of God. I'm telling you, yeah, she is a powerhouse from what I have observed in what she does. And I wanted to highlight her on today. I'm going to read her bio, but I want to let you know who I have in my presence is Jacinda. Did I pronounce that correctly?
You got it right.
Jacinda Ross.
Got it.
I have a phobia about mispronouncing people's names, so I always like to make sure
yes
that I'm pronouncing it correctly.
Yes, you did.
Well, she is here joining us on today, and as I stated, I'm going to read her bio. Just quickly, when you're coming into the line, going ahead, liking and sharing the video. That way we can get the video out and others can hear it as well. I don't want them to miss anything. I don't want you to miss anything. So don't go anywhere. We'll be here until about 2:00 on today. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. We are featuring today Jacinda Ross in our ministry segment on today. We have a little twist here and what we're talking about, but I wanted to place her in that segment, and you will see why when we get through on today. Let me read this. Let's see here. When it comes to my life, there's never a dull moment. For me, it all started in Gary, Indiana, where I was born and raised. I'm eldest of 3 sisters, and being the oldest meant being the example for everything. The first to graduate high school, the first to graduate college, once getting my associate's degree in legal studies, and a second college degree getting my bachelor's in criminal justice. The first to start my own nonprofit called Sacred Care Foundation, and the first to start my own for-profit business. I'm so used to saying non-for-profit before, but this is for-profit business called Creative Designs and Rental, which is a wedding and decorating company. Early on, her parents, well, I'm going to read it in as she has it here. Early on, my parents said they knew I was going to do something big or in entertainment or be on the stage when I grew up, and I guess they were exactly right. Currently, I am a licensed realtor in Indiana and Illinois. I host my own TV talk show, and I still own and operate the family business. I'm no stranger to public speaking, health advocacy, hosting events, and volunteering at my church for over 20 years now in various areas of service. For 6 months, I even tried my hand in radio on JoyNet Radio. So that was terrestrial radio, 100.9 FM and AM 1530. Okay. Transposing my TV show into a radio show was quite interesting, but fun to say the least. Excuse me. In February of 2010, I executively produced my own TV show called The Jacinda TV Show. We simultaneously taped the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th seasons. Later, the show aired on the TLN network through Comcast Cable. My stage is not limited to stars or local celebrities, but I lend my platform to those who are making real
Mhm.
differences in our world, those who go unnoticed at times, ordinary people with extraordinary
Mhm.
circumstances. She's also the founder of Healing Through Giving Ministries, a global movement impacting lives for 19 years now.
Mhm.
I and my partners feed and clothe families all year round. Our services include, but are not limited to, health advocacy, hosting health expos, forums, and summits. And they promote a healthy lifestyle through the use of radio, television, and social media.
Mhm.
We educate the general public about various diseases, wonderful, that impact our communities. We also point out to community leaders the health disparities
Mhm.
among ethnicities as well as food deserts in hopes of receiving better outcomes.
Mhm.
And she says here, did I mention I'm co producing a new TV series called One on One with Jacinda? Uh, and she said it doesn't adequately describe her feelings, but it's close. All right now. Okay, got a reality show.
Yes.
Okay, and lastly here it says she's always enjoyed exposing crime and helping others to seek justice.
Mhm.
No, that's what she has a bachelor's in,
Right.
criminal justice.
Right. So it kind of connects.
Good, good. Someone once told me I am a shining star. I can believe that now because the light I have inside keeps me going and keeps me pushing for new heights and deeper depths. And again, welcome Mind, Body, and Soul on today,
Thank
Jacinda
you. I am
Ross.
so excited to be
I'm
here.
so excited
So
you're excited.
honored.
I'm
Yeah,
excited that you're here.
yes, yes. We're excited together. But thank you for
Wonderful.
having me. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank
Thank you
you
for
so
having
much
me.
for coming,
Mhm.
for accepting the invite on today and for joining
Yes,
us.
absolutely.
Oh, this is so great. This is going to be a great show.
Absolutely.
Great
Yes.
show. Okay, I'm looking here. I see you guys here on Facebook Live, and I do want to thank you for hopping in on Tony, Brandy. I see you on Anthony Davis, Elder Kevin McGee. I see you, Demetris. You guys are watching. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and like and share if you would not mind. How you doing, Lamont Lampley? I see you on. Thanks for watching. We had him on a little bit back, highlighting his book,
Cool.
7 Foot Faith. 7 Foot
Wow.
Faith, yeah, and
That's pretty tall.
he is tall too. He's a tall guy,
Wow.
former
That's
basketball
good
player.
stuff.
So
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
there you go, exactly. So I see him on watching as well. So again, when you guys come in, go ahead and like and share. We're going to hop into today's topic because again,
Mhm.
I have Jacinda listed under this ministry segment that Mind, Body, and Soul is doing,
Mhm.
and how I believe the Lord gave me that particular segment. I wanted to highlight those individuals who maybe spouses of apostles or pastors or
Right.
bishops, and sometimes they kind of get left out.
Mhm.
And I didn't limit it to the women because sometimes there are women pastors who have, their spouses, whatever.
Absolutely.
So that's why I
Mhm.
said spouses. But today is a little different because her husband is not necessarily a pastor,
Correct, right?
but they both work in the ministry at their church
Mhm.
and they both work in ministries outside of their church.
Absolutely.
So this is what we want to talk about on today. I
Absolutely.
loved your post when you mentioned about coming on today and
Uh-huh.
everything and all the hats you wear
Oh,
and the
yes.
things that you juggle.
Yes.
So I wanted to make sure that we highlighted you on today. Okay, I see Adam. Cousin Adam is on. Thanks for
Oh,
watching.
hey.
Thanks for
Cousin
watching.
Adam.
We appreciate you too. So today we want to talk about all the different things that you do, the
Mm.
ministry aspect, because as I stated, I think it's so wonderful when we get outside of our four walls,
Mhm.
think about the others who may not necessarily come into your church
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and reaching out to them. I read a wonderful bio of you and
Thank
what you
you.
do.
Mhm.
So talk to us
Mhm.
in your own words about
Mhm.
Jacinda and
Mhm.
how we even got to this point of wearing the many hats and being in the ministry and because
Absolutely.
what I know I hear something of you.
Mhm.
I hear the big heart that you have for
Mm.
people. So talk to my listeners on today about Jacinda
Sure.
in your own
Sure.
words.
Hi, listeners. How are you? Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm so excited to be here, as I said before. At Jacinda, where do I begin? My story begins with a shy timid, young lady just starting out in life, trying to, find her way and, move around and kind of see what makes sense. And I started out not knowing what my purpose was. I had no clue because some of us, we have apparent gifts. Some people can do hair, some people can sing, some people can dance. There's a plethora of gifts and talents, and mine were not known like that. So I walked many years with the Lord. Just what am I supposed to do? What am I going to do? What am I here for? Please, give me some information so I can get started. Because I see people kind of passing me by, So what am I good at? But little did I know that my gifts will become apparent in time. And meaning, I had to kind of grow into my, talents and gifts. And I discovered that there were many. There were more than one. And I had to grow to understand them. So that's where I began. I began, of course, walking with the Lord at a very, very young, tender age. When I didn't want to walk with him,
Right.
my parents made me walk with God, but I appreciate that. But walking with him, I started my foundation in God. I knew him, and it made the journey easier, especially when you come to those questions of the why and the how and the who. So very grateful to have started out at very humble beginnings. And as I began to grow in life, I began to see, oh wow, I'm the gift. The gift was within me. I love people. And it sounds like a cliche almost, but I genuinely do. I don't think I've met a person that I have not connected with in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And because of my person, God is using my personality. So, and I discovered that, oh, okay, now I get it. It would have been nice if you would have gave me a clue, at 17, 18 and younger, but, I had to grow into that. So all of my experiences, everything I've encountered, whether good or bad, shaped me into being who I am today so I can give myself as a gift to the world.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I love that.
And I said it so quickly, but that was years before I could actually come up with that and understand my purpose.
And that's something when you were talking about how, you were like, okay, what am I supposed to do? What is my purpose, or
Yes.
what would you have me to do? Sometimes we want answers so fast and
goodness.
right away.
Yes.
You said, and I kind of wrote down, you said your gifts were apparent in time. They came about in time. As humans, we don't like to wait for stuff.
No.
We want to know now.
That was grueling.
Or especially if you're looking around you and your friends or people your age, they're doing things and you're like, okay, well, what am I supposed to do?
Right.
But I will say this, it's beautiful that you were even thinking there is something that I need to be doing.
Yes.
You had some drive there.
Oh, absolutely.
Which I'm sure, like you said, probably came from your parents.
Oh yeah.
You had me laughing because I'm thinking when we were younger, we were serving Christ until we were saved until we got saved.
Right. Until you want to. So this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna walk with him for right now.
Exactly.
Involuntarily. And then voluntarily, you'll walk with him later.
Eventually. That's right.
Oh,
That's very true. Well, that's good. No introduction of yourself personally. So I thank you for that. Now, talking about all this, I don't want to jump too fast because
take your time.
I'm so excited about what you in terms of your foundations. You have at least 2 foundations, right?
It's one.
It's one.
Yeah, it's actually combined it. With Healing Through Giving Ministries, but I did have 2 at one time. Yes, I did.
Okay, all right. Let me do this. Let me try and segue into that. But let me tell them about what all that you do within your church.
Absolutely.
In terms of the
and that's where it was birthed at. Ministry is normally birthed from your church and where you actually were raised in. And I was at my ministry birthed from my church. I was a part of the Street Witnessing Outreach Ministry for about 13 of those 20 years being at the Apostolic Faith Church. And that's where it started. And like you said, going outside your 4 walls is not comfortable. So imagine, being a part of the Street Witnessing Ministry, I think I was 19, 28, I think probably 19 years old. And, from a small city of Gary, Indiana, and we were out on the streets of Chicago. So north, south, east, west, we had no discrimination. We were out there on the streets ministering. And that's where it came from. So you would encounter a lot of people with all different types of issues and things going on. And what I learned is, and we were also taught, you can't minister to someone that's hungry. You can't minister effectively because you probably won't have their attention to someone that needs a ride, or that may need clothing, or may have children at home that have needs. So, so when we were actually on the streets, I would always bring something with me, whether a bag of toiletries, fruit, bus passes. And
Hmm.
that will be my segue into ministering to them because they see, okay, she's not just, trying to shove this down my throat, but she actually cares about me. And that's where the giving part came. It was birth. And I said, because my mother, she served alongside with me on the street witnessing ministry. And I said, Mom, they look like they need so and so, Lower Wacker Drive. Never been there a day in my life. And we were out there ministering one winter. And the need was so apparent. It was so much. I said, I cannot come out here next month consciously empty-handed. We had the tracks, and I think we also had maybe bus passes, but I wanted to do more. And that's where the giving was truly birthed. And when I came, we would come every month. And I came the next month and I was so excited because I had actually made all these toiletries in these little plastic bags about yay big. And they were filled with toothpaste, things that you need,
Like care
deodorant.
packages.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then I went a step further and actually prepared fruits and things that they can like nibble on, and then of course the gloves and the socks and stuff like that. And I had we had 2 big garbage bags. And I said, I know it's uncomfortable now, but it'll be gone soon. So we're walking around. My mother had a big one. I had a big one. And we would encounter people. And as we would encounter them, I would say, hey, what do you need? And they would, it was almost shocking. Like, so I can, go ahead. What do you need? And then we start the conversation.
Mm.
So that's where the giving was birthed in me. And I carried that back to, of course, Indiana. And I said, oh, wow, this will be fun to do in my hometown. And that's what I began doing.
Really?
Feed it, yes. Walking into nursing homes, walking into homeless shelters, walking into group homes and orphanages, and saying, "Hi, I'm just sitting there. Can I help you out with anything? Do you need anything?" And that was kind of unorthodox because back then I'm thinking, they would probably appreciate a phone call first, maybe, or an email. But I evolved, and that's where it started from.
Okay.
That's the giving
Wonderful,
part.
wonderful. Again, I mean, it takes somebody special to do that because, going out there
Mhm.
and, seeing others who are less fortunate for whatever reason,
Right.
For you to be able to reach out to them and to say, like you said, Mom, I can see that they need something.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
That's great. I was looking at, I think it was on Facebook, might have been a video
Okay.
of this woman who I don't even know if she is a hairstylist or not, but
Okay.
she would volunteer, and giving out food and
Mhm.
toiletries or whatever to, she would volunteer with this other
Oh,
organization.
wow.
And she said what she started noticing, the ladies would come up to her and they would say, "Oh, your hair is so pretty." So she would wear different hair color.
Mm-hmm.
"Your hair is so pretty," and this, that, and the other. And so she's like, they're still women too. They still want to feel
Absolutely.
like they're a woman.
Regardless.
So what she
Absolutely.
started doing, she would come out there not only to give out the toiletries, this, that, and she started washing their hair, coloring their hair. Sometimes their hair is matted up because they've been out
Oh,
on the
yeah.
streets.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
she would take time with them and,
Wow.
and then like bring them some shoes and stuff and
Mm.
clothes and try to make them feel, like I said, oh my
Absolutely.
God, that is just absolutely
That is
wonderful.
ministry.
That is
That is
ministry.
ministry. Yes.
And she said she now she said she did because she remembers being on that end of it.
Wow.
But I think it's wonderful when we get outside of our own little comfort zone and realize that there are others out here that they're in need.
Oh yeah. It's massive.
And again, like I said, for whatever reason they are out there, and it could be maybe they were laid off, maybe for whatever reason they can't provide for themselves anymore. And I think they were was it on a Skid Row or something where this woman was doing all of this. And I said, oh my God, that is so beautiful. And I just your heart just goes out because her heart goes out to people or whatever.
No, that's how it starts.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Okay. All right. Let's see. Because you like I told them before on the pre-show that you are wearing so many hats.
Yes. and listen to my bio. I'm like, whoa, that is a lot. But it's the grace that he gives me because I wouldn't be able to do it in my own strength and my own confidence. He gives me that. Oh, absolutely.
Right. Definitely.
Absolutely.
Now, how do we get to the licensed realtor part?
Oh my God. that funny?
It
You know,
is.
I always tell people, okay, when you're walking with God, He'll give you something to do. He'll make life interesting for you. Just when you've been at a position for yay long, and you need something else to do. When you're walking with the Lord, He'll open up that door for you. Because I had spent, I would say, about 15 years in corporate America. I was working at Office Max. It was located in Naperville. That was their corporate office at the time. Been there for a long, long, long time, and I love working there. I really, really did. Had a good tenure there, learned a lot of things there. And in my working there, I said, I've had a good time working here. I think I want to do something else, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. Okay. And so they subsequently were, I think they were bought out by another company, and they moved to Boca Raton. So I was not going to Boca Raton, Florida. So I kind of just, after being laid off, I said, okay, well, I can just work my other jobs, my side jobs. I can work my businesses, no biggie. And then all of a sudden, everything happened so simultaneously. My life that's why I say it's never a dull moment.
Right.
Because I met Kenyon Ross,
Yes.
got married, had a baby, and he mentioned to me real estate.
Did
I
he?
had no audience. I wasn't even thinking about real estate. Okay. So I thank God for a man of God who has vision, because that's what we're looking for. You want a husband that has vision. And I said, okay. It was just like that. And I said, okay, let me see. What do you do? Oh, I got to go to school. So I said, yeah, I got to go. So I did some light research, found out the school I wanted to go to. And before I know it, I was licensed in Indiana. And then, of course, having a background in Illinois, working there and going to church there, of course, it just seemed fitting to get licensed in Illinois. And that's how it happened.
Right.
So kudos to my husband.
Yes.
I hope he's listening right now. He put that in my heart.
Oh,
He
wow.
planted that seed, and that's where that came from. And I said to myself, I wish I could have started out in real estate. I wouldn't have gone to college. That's how much I enjoy real estate.
Really?
Oh, I love it. I love it. It comes so easy. I guess because I'm dealing with people. And
Again,
people
and helping people.
It's an extension of what I do anyway.
Yes.
So I love it. So that's where that came from. It was my husband's idea.
Really? Now, don't anybody get offended, but I really look at them as the Black Ken and Barbie.
Oh, I've heard that before. I'm not offended. Yeah, I've heard that before.
Oh my God!
I guess that's a compliment.
It is. It is indeed.
Everybody knows Ken and everybody knows Barbie.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. That's what they remind me of.
Gosh.
But that's beautiful. I didn't know that he planted that seed.
I can see you selling houses. I said, well, if you could see it, then okay, then I guess I can see it too.
Yes.
And I ran with it.
Beautiful.
It was his idea.
It was.
Thank you.
That's beautiful. Because see, I always thought that's really all that you did was the being a realtor, a licensed realtor, and everything. And then I saw the other I call it event planning. Excuse me if that's
it all goes together.
Okay. All right.
You event plan, yes.
Okay.
Even though I'm not a coordinator, but you do it though.
Right.
With the weddings. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, the real estate came way after, just within the last 3 to 4 years.
Is that right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And then in my 19-year ministry history, yeah, the real estate came much later.
Much later.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I see somebody on here who I know was in real estate. I'm not going to call your name out because you may not want me to let everybody know what you're doing right now, but I'm sure you guys can kind of understand and connect with each other.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, this is wonderful. Just a few more shout outs. I don't know if I said Beatrice is on. Thank you for watching. Sylvia and my cousin Eric is on. Thank you for watching. Beatrice says, amen. He sure will give you things to do and put you in places you never imagined.
He will.
I agree with
that.
Yes. Lamont says, keep getting the word out there through this platform. Love it.
Oh wow. Awesome.
But yeah, this is great. So, okay. So you're into the realty business because of Ken.
Right.
That's a good thing.
That was a good thing.
Right. No, but that's good. And obviously you find joy in doing this and helping people. And so a lot of families you have been able to place and to help.
Absolutely. Family and friends, clientele that I didn't even think I would have. And there you go, putting the limits on God again. There you go. There we go again. Okay. He's proven himself over and over and over. And here I go again, putting limits. I said, Lord, whatever clientele you give me, that'd be great. But I would like to, if you can, give me some of the upscale. I'm gonna do some big sales. I said, so I'll just wait for it. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. And I'm just so humbled and I'm so thankful and grateful that God just started throwing them at me. Just the deals
Wow.
and just the referrals. A lot of times I got referrals from things people knew me just from other things, networking events, the nonprofit world, event planning. And they was, she seems, she hasn't sold anything for me, but she seems like she can help you out. So I got a lot of referrals by that way, still helping a lot of people, still closing deals as we speak.
Okay.
Love real estate. And yes,
Beautiful.
and a lot of it's helping people because they depend on you. They come to you, first time home buyers, not knowing pretty much anything other than the fact that, okay, it's going to cost me something, but I had to provide that education to them. And that's a lot of what I do. So I told my husband, I feel like an attorney.
Oh,
because, I feel like I'm representing my client, in this business deal and just helping them every step of the way. And it's so funny. It's only like maybe a 2 to 3 month span where I have to meet them, gain their trust enough for you to make this big purchase, that's very important. And then say, okay, thank you for your business, send me some more clients. And I love it. Like I found joy. And I say, you know what? I'm in the will of God.
Yes.
That's why I'm enjoying it so much.
Beautiful.
I'm in his will. So yeah.
Beautiful.
Love
Beautiful.
real estate.
and word of mouth is the best
Absolutely.
advertisement. It's the best ever. So if you are a wonderful realtor or whatever, they're going to refer you.
They will. If you've had a good experience,
Yes.
clients are more apt to, refer you on. That's what's been happening. And I'm just so grateful to my clients, previous and current clients.
And future.
Right.
Definitely. Deirdre says, I love your enthusiasm.
Thank you, Deirdre.
She said she was a little under the weather, but the conversation is lifting her spirits.
All right. Amen.
I'm praying for you, Deirdre. She's such a sweetheart. She's such an encourager. So
That's
we're praying
awesome.
for her. Demetria, I see you on. Thanks for watching. Elder Kevin McGee says real estate is fulfilling.
Yes, it is. After you close that one, you're ready for the next one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like ready to get on with the other.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it keeps you going. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yes.
All right. This is good. I think what I want to do is actually take a quick break. We're going to play a little bit of music. Hey, Nadine, I see you watching. We're just going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere, guys. We're going to come right back. Just listen to a little bit of music. We'll be back with Jacinda Ross. We're here on Mind, Body, and Soul with Annette on Intellectual Radio.
I don't believe that I gotta stay broke when God can bless. No. I don't believe that I gotta stay hurt. My God's too real. Lord, I believe in you. Lord, I believe in you. Lord, I believe in you. Lord, I believe. I don't believe that I gotta stay sick when God can heal. I don't believe it. No. When God can bless. I don't believe it. No. That I gotta stay hurt. My God's too real. Lord, I believe in you. Lord, I believe. Lord, I believe in you. Lord, I believe. I'm a believer. I've been washed in the blood of the Lamb.
All right, all right. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is Mind, Body, and Soul with Annette. I am your host, Annette Harris. If you're just now joining us, you've missed a treat thus far, but I'm glad that you're here because we're speaking with Jacinda Ross, and we are doing our ministry segment on today. Ministry spouses, we're focusing on ministry outside of the ministry,
Right.
if you will. And Jacinda, I'm telling you, she is doing a great work, and I mean, I applaud you just reading what I've read, listening to you, and hearing how you have such a heart for people. And I that's so important. That's so key. And I love it. We ended up talking about her real estate hat
Yeah.
that she wears now. She's a licensed realtor. And I will open up the phone lines. I did it on the break, but I'll open it up here. 708-223-8953. Again, 708-223-8953 is the call-in number. If you just want to call in, say, hey, or question about what we're discussing on today, maybe real estate, you probably have to, contact her if you're looking, your first time home owner, or need to refer somebody. This is your young lady right here. She will definitely help you. She has a lot of clients that she's helped thus far, and we're just appreciative of that. I'm sure they're appreciative as well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So you guys can call in today, and then we're going to talk about her other hats that she wears. She has a foundation, and she's just an all-around gal.
Right.
That's so
Glory
old
to
fashioned
God.
saying,
Right.
all around gal. I'm 50. I'll be 52, y'all. So
Hey, nothing wrong with that. I'll be a gal.
right,
Nothing wrong.
right. But she's a beautiful woman of God, and
Thank
she
you.
loves helping people. So now let's talk about, let's see. Okay, so you have a degree in criminal justice,
Yes.
but you kind of went a different route
Yes.
in what you're doing. Let's talk about your foundation.
Yes.
And that's the one. Is that the Healing Through Giving Ministries?
Yes,
Is that what
that's
that
the Healing
is?
Through Giving Ministries. Yes.
Okay. Now, how do did that come as a result of you doing the outreach with your church?
Absolutely.
Okay, so give us the background
that came
of
with
this.
that. So serving on the streets of the city of Chicago, like I said, it was, every time I actually gave, it's like I was fueled to do even more, and I brought that same thing to Gary, Indiana. And I started to go around and kind of ask, different play facilities if they needed help. And of course, the first time I did it was just overwhelming because I didn't just do it myself. I had to reach out to others and, seek donations and gifts in kind to see, hey, this is what I'm doing. And I have to say, it came very easy.
Did it?
It came very easy. And I think it's because of just me. When God was showing me who I was, that I was going to be the gift. Okay, basically, you're selling yourself,
Right.
And I didn't realize that growing up. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to do this and that, but yeah. So I started to give to different facilities, and then I started to get, God began to deal with me and about organization. I hadn't started to work, in the profit world. I mean, in the corporate America yet, because that gives you a lot of structure. It teaches you what you don't know. And I appreciate that experience I had in corporate America. But God began dealing with me about organizing it. Start to organize just even with, Excel worksheets, workbooks, and just, organize your call logs, organize your donors, start putting everything in order. He did that. Okay. So I said, okay, I'm just, sometimes you think it's just thoughts. Now I know it was inspired by the Holy Ghost.
Right.
He was telling me that. And I did just that. You need letterhead. You come up with a letterhead and I started doing everything he had been telling me to do. And so the next time I approached donors, it was a landslide. I had people actually coming in from Illinois, dropping off donations on my behalf, because I didn't have actual transportation, a driver as of yet. But, people were just willing. And I was just overwhelmed. I was just surprised. My whole family was on board. Thank you, family, for all those times that you went with me to nursing homes and the dropping off stuff. It was cold. It was hot. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Right.
And that's where that began. And meeting so many people, oh my goodness, you become more and more humble and more grateful for what you have. And I remember I even worked a year or so in an actual non-for-profit. And it was actually a homeless shelter in Aurora, Illinois. I worked there for some time, and I learned even more. I learned how they organized, how they had their organization organized, and how they ran different things, and how they approached donors and asked for grants. And I said, okay, well, I'm doing the work. I'm learning. And I thank God for that experience. And of course, meeting so many people, and just stories. And it's like you said, you started out, in the law, but you kind of, detoured. And again, I blame it on my church, the Apostolic Faith Church. I blame it on you. Okay, they have an awesome television ministry there. And here I am. It was so funny. I'm going, studying for the LSAT because I want to become a lawyer. And I took the LSAT and I said, okay, I did okay. I took it again. I did even better. And Dr. Smith, my pastor, he wrote me a nice recommendation letter and everything that I needed. I was so excited. And then one Sunday, it was in February, I think of 2004. And the producer at that time came up to me. I didn't know he was the producer of our telecast. I just know someone just approached me, and I was in the lobby just kind of waiting on someone. And he says, hi. I said, oh, hey, how are you? He said, would you be interested in doing some video announcements, some television announcements for the church? I said, yeah, I'll try it out. Always saying, yeah, always, open to doing different things. Yeah, I'll try it out, because I spent so many years wondering what I was supposed to do. So when opportunities came, I was usually available. I made myself available. First time in front of the camera, the lights and everything, and a teleprompter. I'm like, so I have to read and talk and be expressive. They're like, yeah. But they were lenient because it was my first time. I had no professional training at all. And they loved it so much, I became the television announcer for the church. And that's how it happened. And just seeing myself on television, because I think we're airing on, I want to say are we on TLN or TBN? One of the stations. I'm sorry. One of the stations. And just seeing myself on television, I said, oh, there I am. Even if it was just for a couple seconds, just saying, or maybe a minute or two, just reciting some announcements. I was like, oh my God, look at me. And I remember, being a little nervous in front of the camera the first time, but I remember just falling in love with it. And then there you go. A whole new wealth of opportunities open up from then. Then I said, okay, now I have a decision to make. Do I pursue law school, or do I pursue a career in television? And I chose television.
Okay.
And so now, and I said, well, even in television, as you read earlier in my bio, I can still incorporate the criminal aspect to what I'm doing. So It all worked out. I didn't go to school for nothing. Thank goodness. Spent all those years in school. And so I am using that education, thankfully. But yeah.
Okay, that's how it started.
That's where that started. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's beautiful. So that was 2004. You started doing that with your church.
Yes.
And then when you started the foundation, what year was that?
The foundation came along simultaneously, I would say, around that time. I would say 2005. I was starting to get everything together and organizing it. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm actually ahead of myself. I started out a Sacred Care Foundation. And that was when I was like around 19 years old, I'd say. And I was kind of doing it on my own, kind of just doing things locally. But it didn't come full circle until after I joined the Apostolic Faith Church and started working in their ministries and got more experience and more exposure. And I became more resourceful. So yeah, so it actually came before the Sacred Care Foundation. And now I kind of culminated everything together with Healing Through Giving Ministries.
Okay.
The whole giving aspect and everything. Yeah.
I love it.
Oh,
Yeah, now hear
I
that.
thank God for energy. The joy of the Lord has been my strength.
Yes.
That's what it is.
And you're giving me
literally.
Brandy says here, when you are a blessing, people automatically want to be a blessing to you.
Absolutely, Brandy. Yes.
I agree.
I've
So,
experienced that.
And you were reaching out to organizations, you said, to have them help them donate. So these are probably like big organizations, or
it started out local.
Okay.
Just the local shelters, the homeless shelters, it was the nursing homes. And they have smaller needs in nursing homes because they're funded. And then the orphanages, that was really near and dear to my heart, just because I'd never gone without. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Thank you, Dad, for working all those days in the steel mill. I appreciate that.
Beautiful.
I don't know what it means to go without food or everything that I needed. And to actually see another girl my age that didn't have what I take for granted, pushed me. And it was that compassion that was just always, I can't even explain it. I can explain the compassion, like where it comes from and how it was true. It was probably there before I even knew it was there. I discovered it. I tripped over and said, oh, okay.
Tripped over.
Right.
Well, yeah, I can see that, because like you said, you have, when you have things, a lot of times you do kind of take it for granted.
Oh yeah.
And until, like you said, you see somebody out there and
Mm-hmm.
that person is my age or around my age, and I've never had to
Right.
deal with that. But again, it takes a big heart.
Yes.
It
And I
does
think.
take a big heart
Mm-hmm.
to be able to say, okay, I'm gonna help them in whatever way I can.
Absolutely.
So in starting this organization,
Yes.
did you have, oh, why did I do this? Why did I go this route? Were there
Absolutely.
times where you were like,
Yes.
okay, I think I'm gonna pull back? Talk about those that
Yes,
aspect
yes,
of it.
and yes. All what you described, I've experienced.
Okay.
Because a lot of times working in ministry, you go through seasons of being underappreciated
Hmm.
or no appreciation at all, overlooked,
Right.
undervalued. And those feelings they're hard to take and to swallow because you feel, well, I'm doing the work of the Lord. You know, support me. And it's not always like that. And I've been through times of discouragement and weariness, or just not being motivated for no apparent reason. Just like, okay, why am I doing this again?
Right.
Why am I giving again? But it all goes back to my relationship with God.
Hmm.
It all goes back to Him, to my purpose, and to Him bringing it to fruition of my purpose. Like, why am I here? You sought me for this. You said you wanted to know. And the Lord, He renews your strength. So, in the times when you feel like, oh,
You want to give it up?
yeah, I'm going to go here and drop off this stuff. And you're going to say, okay, thank you. All right. Okay. Here's your letter for your taxes. And, and you're like, well, okay. And I have to remind myself, I'm not here for the thank you, for the accolade. I'm here. This is the work of the Lord. Because if Jesus was here, I'm pretty sure He'd be in shelters. He'd be in nursing homes. Okay. He'd be in orphanages. He'd be at hospitals. And I remind myself of my purpose, of why I'm doing it. Okay. And I'm not going to be rewarded on earth or appreciated. So yes, I've experienced those times. And when I get weary, too long, He'll nudge me and say, hey, this is the reason. And my reason, it fuels me. And I say, okay, I'm better. I'm there. I'm back.
Right.
I'm back. I got weary for a minute, but if you be not weary and well doing, you'll reap it.
Yes.
In due season.
You will.
And I have reaping seasons all the time. And so I thank and praise God just for my relationship, because I'm plugged into Him. That's my power source, to overcome those seasons. If I'm just going to take a break. I'm going to take a vacation, just 2 weeks from doing this, or an extended vacation from doing this. And He reminds me the reason, and I thank God for that.
That you're doing it.
Yes.
So, because, and it's okay to feel like that sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Because as humans, we want that recognition.
Mm-hmm.
We
feels
really,
good.
if we really, yes, it feels
great.
good
Mm-hmm.
to know that somebody's recognized or even seeing what we're doing, whether they say something on a regular basis or every once in a while they may mention it, you're like, okay, yeah, I can keep going or whatever.
Right.
But when you don't get that all the time, or say this, you could have like 10 organizations that were just, oh, we just appreciate it. And you can get that one,
and
whatever.
That sticks.
And that's the one that sticks. And then the Lord had come in, okay, but you know what you're doing this for.
Yes.
Oh, trust me, I know. I understand.
Oh, yes. And now it's to a point where I'm probably out the door before you say, I'm gone. Because I don't care about that anymore.
Right.
You do it so long and you fully understand your purpose. The thank you doesn't even matter anymore.
Mm-hmm.
If you say it good, if you don't, okay, God bless you anyway.
Right. And you have to understand and know yourself. So it's like, if that was a thing that you were like at one point wanting to hear it, and then you were like, okay, you have to tell yourself you may not hear it. So it's okay. So like
Absolutely.
you said, just leave the stuff and just move on.
Yes.
So you won't have to be disappointed if they don't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
This is good.
Yes.
Brandy says here, it's amazing the doors that will open for us from being obedient and serving.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And she also says that's good. It's great to remember the only recognition we need is from God.
Oh, yes.
And that's something. And as Brandy is typing this, I was actually thinking about her apostle and her leader of their church. I think they may be back from Kenya. I don't. They were just over there, and
Mhm.
they were putting up videos and of them helping because I think they
Mhm.
started. And Brandy,
Oh.
help me if I'm not saying everything correctly. They started something over there with their organization, well, Salcall,
Mm.
and helping the kids, and they were filming the kids, and they when they first arrived, all they were just lined up, just singing to them as they came in. I'm like, oh, my
Exactly.
people know me. I just cry for the babies. I just a big old ball of tears.
Right.
But it's like they were really like taking in what they were bringing over there,
Mhm. Wow.
and you can tell that they felt the love
Mhm.
that her apostle and the team was
Beautiful.
bringing them. I know they felt that love.
Yes, you do.
I felt the love, but it was
Through the
given,
screen, TV
right,
screen, right?
exactly. But it's like they were giving of themselves, and I'm sure that going over there, probably even getting everything ready to even go to Kenya. You got to get the money, you got to
Oh
get this, you got to
yeah.
get that, set up. So it's probably not easy
No.
process, or
Mhm.
you have to put some work
Oh
into
yeah.
it. But then you have to understand what you're doing it for,
Mhm.
just like you were just talking.
Yes.
There's a reason for that, and God has you in your position. He has them in that position for a
Mm.
reason, to help his people. God wants
Absolutely.
his people help, from the babies
Absolutely.
all the way
Oh
up.
yes.
So then, like Brandy was saying, she kind of paraphrase what you were saying,
Mhm.
understanding the recognition.
Mhm.
The only recognition we need is from God.
Yes. And when he gives it, it's enough.
It is. It definitely is enough.
Yes.
My goodness, Ken, I don't know if you watching today, but you have a jewel sitting to my right. I know you
Oh,
understand that already. I'm
thank
sure you know that.
you. Thank you.
Because it's just beautiful. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Grandy D, how are you, cousin Alice? Thank you for watching on today. We appreciate you as well. But yeah, this is great stuff, because again, and I'm sure you had to get out of your comfort zone.
Oh, and God doesn't care about comfort zones.
No.
Comfort what? Because he sees you what you're gonna be. He doesn't
Mm,
look at. He said, "Yeah, I understand that, but if you trust me, if you walk with me, that's why you say is we want things fast, but it's not. No, doesn't
we
come
want a
fast.
microwave,
Yeah,
some put it in the oven
and
and
I'm yeah.
crock pot.
Oh yes, crock pot maybe. Yeah, I work
Right.
with that. But yeah, it doesn't come lickety split.
Mhm.
It's a process because he's all about teaching. You can ask God for one thing, God do this for me, and then he start working on your character. I said, Lord, I asked you for this, and he started working on your integrity. So
Right.
when you asking God to do something for you and you want something, it's gonna be his way.
Mhm.
Okay, his way from start to finish.
Start to finish.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
I've never asked anybody this before, but let me
Uh-oh.
ask you this question.
Go ahead. Since we're here.
Since we're here, let me ask you this. Sometimes we'll start organizations, we'll start
Mhm.
foundations, and we're doing it to help people or whatever, just like in your case.
Mhm.
Has there ever come a point where, now I already asked you about, when you feel like, this is just too much and I want to
Oh
give it up.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
What about the flip side of that? Do you get to the point and you kind of like, yeah, I'm doing this
Mhm.
type thing or whatever,
Mhm.
and this is me.
Oh yeah, you get those.
It,
You get that too.
yeah, and
Yeah.
you got to beat it down. or,
Yes,
or
because we're
beat self
dying
down.
daily. That's why he said we're
Yes.
dying daily. So we have to be dying from something, right?
Right. Right.
So it's yes, you get that way, because sometimes when you're always on the platform, you're used to being elevated.
Yes.
You're not used to walking like down on the ground. Like, okay, oh, so this is what the level ground feels like.
Right. Right. Right.
So you get used to the platforms. You get used to your name being called. And it feels good. To you. That's why that was the cause of Lucifer's fall. Okay, I think it got it overtook him.
She preaching now,
Oh,
but go
it
ahead.
overtook him. And so in my situation, when God, because he knows us, okay, he knows us, we're made in his image. So he knows we're gonna like that recognition because he likes that recognition. So I get it from you.
Right. Right. Right.
I'm getting it from you.
Right.
And because he knows me, and he knows how to keep us grounded. He knows how to keep it the level everything out. Okay. He knows how to gently remind you. And I think that's why you go through those down spouts, just to keep you level. You may feel like you're going like this, but you're actually going like this. Okay. And he doesn't tell you what he's doing all the time. Some in real time, it's like, okay, I didn't had a rough season. But when I look back, oh, it wasn't that bad. You were just trying to do this. So I can understand that and be prepared for that over there.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you do get those times where you get proud.
Right.
You start looking. He said he don't like a proud look.
That's right.
You start looking proud. He said, okay, all right. So let's let's table this and let's go back over here. Okay, to training ground. But yeah, so I thank God for understanding from my frame and for knowing me. But yeah, you do. Yes.
Right. Because I'm sure, like you said, he will find a way to bring you back down.
Yes.
Maybe it's that one, organization said, don't come back in here no more,
Right.
or we don't need your stuff.
Things that happen like that you don't anticipate. Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
put a pin in that big old, like, okay, I need you to come down just a little bit. So
Right,
let me
just-
throw,
Right.
But yeah, that's good stuff right there. That's good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Well, wonderful. And of course, before we we have more time to go, but before we end the day, I want individuals to know, how they can help you even through this ministry.
Oh yes.
To because and there are other individuals that are out there that are doing different. I know another organization, personally that's doing outreach, should I say, as you're doing, and it is very rewarding. It really is to look on someone's face and realize that they really, really needed what you were giving them on that day.
Absolutely.
Whether it's a clothing item or food or what have you. Some people sometimes they just get down on their luck, or whatever, if I can say that.
Yes.
Or may have lost a job or something. They didn't really necessarily expect themselves to be out there probably on the street. So it's definitely something, when we can give of ourselves, get out of ourselves, basically, and get out there and help somebody else.
I like that. Get out of yourself first and then get out there.
There you go. And we have to do that.
Oh yeah.
And we got to keep this flesh under.
Oh yeah.
We have to keep it under.
Yes.
It
has a mind of its own sometimes.
Oh my! So has a new sponsor, and I want to make sure that commercial is played.
Awesome.
So you guys take a listen to this sponsor, and then we will come back for more with Jacinda Ross. Take a listen. Hey there, business owners. Is your accounting software challenging? Are your human resources processes non-existent? Does your employee benefit options include an employee assistance program? From purchase orders and timesheets to HR and EAP, ALH Enterprises Incorporated and affiliates can create, overhaul, or simply tweak your system. With decades of experience, we can improve your current situation. Just call us. 872-239-0254. Again, 872-239-0254. Contact ALH Enterprises Incorporated today. All right. Welcome back. We're grateful for our new sponsor. Yay! ALH Enterprises sponsoring Mind, Body, and Soul. And you guys contact them. You have a business. It doesn't matter whether it's a small business or a medium size or a large business. They can help your needs. So it's anywhere from accounting to HR. And then there are other things that they can help you with as well. So 872-239-0254. I'm not going to reiterate that commercial that we just heard, but make sure you contact them on today. And so we're just excited that they have joined the Mind, Body, and Soul family. Yes, definitely. So let's see. Oh my God, Jacinda, let's see. You have now let me ask you, when you're doing, so with the foundation, is it like a year-round type thing you do, is it just around holidays or something, or how does it work?
It's year-round. The needs never stop, and it's whether it's giving me now. Of course, it's more during the holidays, but it's year-round. I'm always giving away clothes. I'm always providing shoes, of course, groceries, like literally grocery bags. Giving them to families when they need it. So the need never stops. Oh yeah, it's all year round that we do this. Anytime I get a call, I don't like to say no. If I can't do it, hold on. I can direct it to someone else that can help you. So it's year round.
So you partner with other organizations?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely, absolutely. The American Red Cross is the local, maybe personal friends of mine that I know that can help out. Different colleagues I know that can help out. But yeah, I do partner with different organizations. Yeah, to just to accomplish whatever needs to be done.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
And so how do individuals, besides you going out like on the street or whatever to help people, how do people get in contact with you to even take advantage of what your foundation has to
Oh,
offer?
sure. All my handles are the same. Jacinda Ross. I'm Jacinda Ross on Facebook. I'm Jacinda Ross on Twitter. I think I'm Jacinda's World on Instagram. A little bit, I changed it up, but still Jacinda Ross. You can find me even on LinkedIn. Jacinda Ross. So I'm Jacinda Ross. If you want to give, I'm actually launched a new project with Healing Through Giving Ministries. It's called Project Mom. I'm actually supplying mothers in Africa with supplies for newborns.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Me being I'm not a real new mother, but my son is 4 years old now, so he's not new, but
You're 4 years in.
Yeah, he's 4 years in, and I couldn't imagine not reaching in my baby bag and pulling out a diaper. I couldn't imagine not having milk for him or anything that I've ever needed.
Or even having a bag.
Having a bag. Having a bag.
Right.
Yes. I couldn't imagine not having anything or anything that my son needed. And I think, and there we go again. That's that gift that keeps working. Where there are mothers that often go without the necessities for their newborns, and these are for newborns in particular. And whatever that may be, I'm actually collecting items. And if you want to do something international, never done anything international before, yes, these will be mothers throughout Africa, particularly in Zambia. I've helped out there before in Zambia, Africa. So you can help out if you want. You can give monetarily. If you want to actually give me a case of Pampers, no problem at all. We'll get it to where it needs to be. And it's Jacinda Ross everywhere. You can Google it. You could actually Facebook it. Like I said, you can go on LinkedIn. You can go on YouTube. You will be able to get in touch with me on those handles, Jacinda Ross.
Okay.
Make it easy,
And I am typing in here, just contact Jacinda on all the...
Hey, if you got a wedding coming up, you got an event coming up, you need some decorations, Jacinda Ross.
Right.
Can take care of that for you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good segue into that other organization that you found. But make sure you guys contact her though, if you want to, because some want to help. They want to, maybe give you items to give away, or they may be in need themselves.
Absolutely. Either or.
So you contact her if, for, on either end.
Yes.
And
either
again,
end.
this is a great one. Wait, let me ask you before we go into the other one. How did you come up with the idea of sending it out to Africa? What was the catalyst for that?
Actually, the church that I attend, Apostolic Faith Church, they actually work with World Vision. I don't know if you're familiar with World Vision at all. And that's where it came from.
Okay.
After I had adopted, because we were adopting children. I had adopted a boy for like about 3 or 4 years, until he moved out of his actual community. So he was no longer available for me to provide items for. But that's where that came from.
Oh, wonderful.
So once my, that tenure was done, I said, I want to keep working in some capacity over there, and that's where that came from.
Love it.
Mm-hmm. Project Mom. So yeah, it's underway.
Project Mom is underway.
Yeah.
You guys better watch her. She's all over the place. You need to keep up with her. This is great. This is great. Do I want to ask this question now? No, not yet. I'll wait.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. But let's segue into the I call it event planning.
Okay,
so
why not? It all goes together.
This is great because wait a minute, I want to get the exact name of it. It is
Creative.
Oh my good. Creative
Designs and rental. That's us. Yes.
Tell us about this. Is it just for weddings?
Oh no, all events.
All events.
Yeah. Mother and daughter duo. Hi Mom, Juanita Lockett. Yes, we started. Yes. We are actually about 18 years in.
Is that right?
Oh yes, we started eons ago, long time ago. Yes,
okay.
We were actually originally called Creative Designs for You, and we've done. I can't tell you a wedding thing we have not done. We've done African weddings, quinceañera weddings. We've done traditional weddings, trendy weddings. We've done. We tried Yugoslavian weddings. We've tried our hand at just about anything. God opening doors.
Wow.
There he goes again.
Love it. I love it.
There you go. So yeah, we're closing in at the 20-year mark, and we've just been working, and he's been working, making us more and more skillful, more and more competitive. And so recently we kind of converted to a rental company because in those years you accumulate so much stuff. Okay. A lot of stuff. So we said, hey, you know what? Let's turn this to a rental company as well because of our inventory. And that's where creative designs and rental came from. And yeah, event planning, because you get clients that start out with wedding coordinators, but then they lose a wedding coordinator. And so I jump in. So wedding coordinator, that's event planning is fitting, yes, for some of what I do. And it's to us, we could do it in our sleeps. But when we get the clients, they come to us, stressed out, and Jacinda, I said, tell me what you need or tell me what you want. And then we do our abracadabra and we make it happen. And it comes easy for us, but it's a gift. Because my mother, she enjoys it. She do it for free. Yes, Mom, you do it for free. If I allowed you to, because it's such a passion for her.
You said if you allowed her to.
Yes.
Got to pull it back, Mom. Yeah, we have to get a charge for this.
He's given us power to create wealth, so that's what we want to continue doing.
That's right.
Yeah, and so her skill is she's very good at her skill, and she loves it. It's a passion for her. And I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna keep going as we're going, and that we've been so successful. I give all praises to God. So if you got an event coming up and you need some help, whether it be event planning or like the actual merchandise you need, we rent columns, we have like the wedding flowers, we have projector screen, the projector, so our inventory is growing as we speak.
So you sound like you're like that, what is that, the AAA rental?
That's where we're heading. That's where we're heading.
That's where you're heading.
That's where we're heading. We're very excited about that. We want to get some more inventory so we can provide actual tables and and chairs. But we do the chair covers, we do the tablecloths, the runners. So yeah, inventory is growing.
Okay.
Very fast.
All right. Scenario.
Yes. Okay.
I am a stressed bride to be.
Oh, okay.
And the wedding is in a couple of weeks.
Oh, okay.
We had everything set up.
This is actually a real life scenario.
I'm sure.
Heard this before. Yeah.
We had the event plan and everything, but they, wanted to do their own thing, and it just wasn't jiving all at the last minute. I still need. I basically need everything.
Everything. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We can help you.
And I'm one of those brides where I want everything done to a T.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I'm
real specific about what I want.
Mm-hmm.
If I come to you, how would you help me?
I said, first of all, you come to the right place. Okay. This is gonna be your last stop. Okay. So good for you. And basically, we do what we call it as a consultation. We sit you down, and we have brides that are on the go brides. So we've now started doing virtual consultations where we will do a video conference and we'll discuss your needs. If you can't do that, of course, the telephone is always, we can do that as well. We sit you down and I pick your brain. Like you said, if you are a very detailed oriented bride and you want things just right, and most of you all do, hey, let me tell you give me everything just in the raw. And then I take their information and I say, okay, this is what you're actually saying. You're saying this is this, and that. This is your thing, but this is actually what you mean. And this goes together with that. So we basically piece together. They give us their pieces and we make the puzzle for you. And communication is so important. We communicate from top to bottom. That is communication. And, I want to know pretty much everything, that you are going through. I like to know where the wedding is going to be at, what kind of budget you're working with, so we can, stay within your budget, still providing everything that you want. Some of those budgets are great, and some are not so great. So the budget.
$1 million wedding on a $1,000 budget.
Of course, you want us to be real live musicians, like real musicians.
Right.
So communication aspect is very important in the beginning. And then throughout the entire process, because there's sometimes some things change. They may start out wanting one particular flower, then they see a picture and want something else. So we try to make sure that we're communicating from start to finish. During our consultation, once we get your needs communicated to a T from A to Z, then we'll go and say, okay, we're going to have a second consultation, which is the final consultation, and you'll see all your designs that we discussed. And then that's the last tweak before the actual what you're going to actually have on your wedding day. So we have pretty much a virtual consultation, something over the phone, and then we have the in person. And then that's when they're like, oh, okay, this is what I want. So yes, I can handle a stressed out bride. Okay. I can handle a meticulous bride.
Wow.
I can handle a bride. We can handle bridezillas. And we've had our share.
I wanted to say that, but I said, let me just
We've
say.
had our share of bridezillas. That's how we level with you. Okay. Because behind every bridezilla is a person, okay, is a bride that wants a beautiful wedding day. So we can level with you. We can make it happen. So that's pretty much how we handle this. So yeah, good scenario though.
All right. So you will help them not only with the wedding, but with the reception as well?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The complete package. Now you can also that can be included in your package. We have a lot of packages to choose from. If you want my actual event planning package, service, I can include that. Okay. But sometimes brides already come with their coordinator, and we work together.
I was about to ask, would you work with them if they had their
absolutely.
own coordinator?
Oh, absolutely. I actually prefer that because they pretty much I need to know everything they know and vice versa. So I would love to work with your coordinator. Yes.
Okay.
We can make a good production that way.
Tell us about some of your bridezillas.
Oh my goodness. Let me see. I can't make my mind up bridezilla. Okay. The ever-changing bridezilla. And mom, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And this is the bridezilla that just keeps looking at pictures. you keep talking to your friends, getting other ideas. Okay. And are you having dreams? I've had several brides say I dreamt last night that I saw this. Is it too late to change it? I'm like, well, yeah, sort of, because your order has already been placed already. So there's the ever-changing her mind bridezilla. And then there's some bridezillas that, like, the budgets, the unrealistic budgets. They want you to take very little and make very much out of that. And I said, well, we're not into those miracles, not on this level. Okay. And so I have those brides that, that say, this is what I'm working with. And we get those brides that are very budgeted. Okay. And they want to drive home that they're budgeted. Okay. And so we'll say, okay, we can do this for what you're offering us. We can do that. We're trying to kind of get away from customization weddings and kind of put you in the package that we think you need to be in, because we have some skimpers. We have skimpers, bridezillas that just want you to skimp and cut corners, but it's like, this is our work. Our name is kind of on this. So we don't want to cut corners too much because they're going to be guests there,
Yes, definitely.
And our name is on this. We're going to be there setting up. Okay. So they're going to see. But yeah, so then we've had bridezillas that are just angry. They're just angry. And there's nothing, and I tend to be a very, jovial person, as you can. I like to laugh. A couple bridezillas, we couldn't get a laugh out of them. Okay. Now,
I'm sure that was hard.
It was very difficult. Not even a smirk. And my mother, she's the same personality as me. And we almost start laughing at the situation together. I said, oh God, she's sitting right here, so let's not laugh too much. Right. But yeah, so we've dealt with a lot of different personalities and attitudes. And one thing with me, I like to level with you. Okay. There's no such thing as perfect, but we can get it close to it. Okay. We're going to get it. If it can be perfect, be called perfect, that's what we're going to get it to, but it's not going to be perfect. Something is going to go not as completely as planned. I'm not going to say it's going to be a big disaster, but something may kind of go as that wasn't planned, but it's okay. It's okay. As long as you have competent people on the job that we can think on our feet. We made things happen almost out of nothing. So, so we like our clients to trust us. We know it's hard to trust, people that you don't know with something that's very important as your wedding day, but we pride ourselves and we have plenty of references to show that you can trust us, okay, with your most prized possession, which is your wedding, of course. So, yeah. Definitely. Mm-hmm. So it's just the two of you and your mom working with this? It's just the two of us that design. Okay. I'm like the operations part of it. I set the appointments, I push the paperwork, and my mother, she's the designer. But sometimes I jump in to help her. So she creates you talk about the different things and stuff that you, so she, because, everybody's creative now. Everybody has, different ideas. Traditional is not popular.
No, it's
It's
not.
not popular. So we worked with all different colors, colors that you wouldn't even think about putting together. We worked with them. So yeah, but she's the brains behind the designs and the creations. So we've had I think we had a butterfly wedding, and they said, we like butter. My fiance likes butterflies. I said, okay, let me see what we can do with that. This is the intake, the telephone portion of the consultation, seeing what we can come up with butterflies. We pulled it off. Remember the butterfly wedding that we had to do? We pulled it off, but it was different, so tradition is not in. We get that, any color goes. If it
Yes.
exists, we can work with it.
I
Oh yeah.
love it. I
Oh
love
yeah.
it. I love it. Have you had to come in, because I know you don't only do weddings, but you do other
Right.
events as well.
Oh
Have
yeah.
you come into where a situation where you had more than one event on the same day?
Oh yes.
How did you guys handle
Yes.
that?
And it's I should say a family business.
Okay.
Thank you to my sisters and Ken. I know you didn't apply for the job. You were kind of like, inducted into the business.
There you go.
Thank you. So yeah, when it's the case when we have weddings on simultaneously, we break up into groups. I'm always with one group, I'm always with the other group, because we know what we're doing, and we've had that happen plenty of times. And when you think about it, it's kind of like, whew, so much pressure. But because we know that God gave us this business. Okay, you did this. We didn't do this. So we put it back on you. Okay, Lord, now this is a big day. You already know our clients. You know what they were saying. You gave us this business, so you use us. We're ready. Go ahead.
Right.
Whenever you're ready.
Are you
So-
like on pins and needles until the day is over though?
We used to be.
Okay.
Now, we stick our chest out. Okay, that's all you want. Okay, we got it.
Wow.
But at first starting out, yeah, it was scary, because we were pulling off. I mean, and it's amazing how weddings can be that intense.
Very intense, and then it's over with just like that.
Over just like that. All the work that goes into. But yeah, we have been. There are some weddings we just count the minutes. Like, we're just ready to get out. Let's just imagine us being in the car driving away. Forget everything that's going on right now in real time. Let's just focus on driving.
Right.
And leaving.
And getting out of there.
Right.
I hear you. Well, I can only imagine. Let's see, Robert Orr, speaking of weddings, somebody has a wedding coming up, I think this weekend. Robert,
Ooh.
hopefully you guys get everything together. If not, you could have called Jacinta.
Right.
I'm sure you guys got everything together.
Right.
His
By
fiance
now, I
is
hope
beautiful.
so.
Yeah. And Brandy says, I feel her pain. And she did #ClientZillas.
Clientzillas. I like that.
Cornelius is watching. Thanks, cousin, for watching. Speaking of Brandy, she's an awesome photographer.
Oh wow.
Professional photographer, and I know
Okay.
she does weddings and different things like that. So I don't know, like sometimes, I'm sure you network with people.
Oh yeah. You name anything, cake, decorators, DJs, anything that has to do with a wedding, limousine services. Yes.
Yes.
We've made all those connections.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I was just thinking about her because she does an awesome job.
Good.
Actually,
good.
my pictures here.
Ooh, nice.
She's my girl.
Okay. Brandy,
2
that's
thumbs
her
up.
name?
Brandy
Go
McCoy.
Brandy McCoy.
Yes, for sure. So maybe you guys can kind of network or whatever.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
connect.
absolutely. I
That would
love
be
that.
great. That'll be great. So this is good. So yeah, guys, we're talking today with Jacinda Ross. We're talking about ministry outside of the ministry.
Yes.
She works in her church in the is it the TV ministry?
Yeah. Multimedia.
Multimedia
Mhm.
ministry. The Ken works in that ministry too.
No, he not at that church.
Okay.
So he's working at another church.
Okay.
So he's getting started with that ministry. Yes.
Wonderful.
Mhm.
Wonderful. But they have such a heart for individuals and people and those who are in need, those in what I want to say,
Desirable,
uh,
desired, or on.
when they don't, what's wrong with the net right now? Those who are less fortunate.
Less
That's what I
fortunate,
want to
okay.
say. I don't know what word I was trying to create, but anyway, underprivileged.
Yeah,
And
I like
my
that one too.
yes, there it is right there. Underprivileged communities, and so they have such a heart for helping individuals out,
Yes.
and they're doing it through the founder. I'm sorry, through the Healing Through Giving Ministries,
Yes.
and then also this other foundation that she's we just got through talking about. I keep calling it a wedding planner, but
Oh,
it's
Creative
Creative
Design.
Designs and
Yes.
Rental
Oh my
is the name
goodness.
of that company. So we want
Definitely
to put
helping
you
people.
guys in connection with her so you can, use her services because I
Mm.
think it'll be definitely beneficial. What I want to do now is I believe we have a spoken word that is ready
Oh, okay.
to be played. Elder Kevin McGee, we saw him on
That's
earlier. He
exciting.
did pen a spoken word for today's topic. And again, Elder Kevin McGee has a show here on Saturdays entitled Connections, 12 noon Central Standard Time. You guys, please make sure you support him. I know Saturdays you're busy, you're running around, you got a lot of things to do, but if you can, please tune in to Elder McGee's show or at least watch the replay.
Awesome.
He's a wonderful man of God, and he has a great talent of penning spoken words.
Ooh, that sounds
I can kind of
exciting.
just tell him a little something, he'll write something out.
Wow. That's yeah. That's a
So
gift.
we'll listen to this and then play a little bit of music before we come back. Okay, take a listen.
Sometimes dreams become reality. You see, when God has invested in you, your destiny, your future becomes the expected end that God has for you. Here you were thinking that you chose your career, your direction, your passion on your own. Actually, it was God who put it in you. And as long as you're willing to follow the course that He has chartered, then you will never be caught with tempestuous winds that will change your direction and blow you off course. But the Lord will strengthen you, He will motivate you to see it through. You see, God has doors for you that you never knew existed, but they have been customized. They have your name on it. And only you can go through and lay claim to what lies beyond the portals. You see, as long as you say to yourself, this is not your season, then you're giving life to hindrances that block your blessings. But as you speak life over your situation, then life finds you and things begin to grow and opportunity avail themselves to you. And if you be willing and obedient, you shall eat the good of the land. And by looking at you and seeing the accomplishments achieved, I can tell you have been doing some eating.
When Moses went to the top of the mountain, he lifted his hands. When he lifted his hands on the mountain, the people won the battle down in the valley. Great things happen. Great things happen when shepherds worship. When shepherds worship. Yeah. Miracles happen. Yeah. When shepherds pray. You need to know. Great things happen when shepherds worship. When shepherds worship. And victory happens when our hands are raised. When our hands are raised, are the men of God, and worship is what we do. We love to praise. We must go to that place before we can leave you. So let us worship Him in spirit, worship Him in truth. For all that He's already done and everything He will do, because great things happens when shepherds worship, and miracles happen when shepherds praise. When shepherds praise. Everybody needs to know great things happen when shepherds worship. When shepherds worship. Victory happens when our hands are raised.
Nehemiah 8:6 says that Ezra praised the Lord, the great God, and all the people shouted, Amen, as they lifted their hands. Then they bowed down with their faces to the ground, and they worshiped worship the Lord. I want everybody under the sound of my voice right now to help us say, we give you praise. All of our days is to you. That our hands are raised. Hallelujah. We give you praise, God. We give you glory for who you are. Come on, help us say it tonight. We give you praise. All of our days is to you. And our hands are raised. We lift our hands in worship. We lift our hands in praise. And we give you glory. We give you praise. All of our days is to you. Our hands are raised. Our hands are raised. When we think of all you've done.
All right. Welcome back. You're listening to Mind, Body, and Soul with Annette. We're here on Intellectual Radio. I'm here with my beautiful guest, Jacinda Ross. Jacinda, on our break when we initially went off, we were listening to a spoken word by Elder Kevin McGee.
Yes.
What did you think about that?
Very talented, especially if you said that he can go, off the top of his head, and just very talented.
He can.
Enjoyed that.
Yes, definitely.
Enjoyed
And
that.
he kind of reminded me of something you were saying earlier in the broadcast about how I asked you how'd you even get started, and you mentioned you would ask the Lord, "What am I supposed to do? What am I doing here?"
Those seasons.
Yes, definitely. And he kind of would, along that line.
Yes.
So I just appreciate that, because
so true.
we don't know what we're supposed to be doing. What are we doing, Jesus?
Yes, you're literally walking by faith.
Yes.
Because there is no sight. You're literally walking by faith.
Like, okay, I can't see.
Yes.
What am I supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's great. Where does Jacinda see herself in, let's see, 5 to 10 years?
Oh my goodness.
Is that too long out?
No. I can see myself mastering what I'm doing now.
Okay.
Everything I'm doing now, I want to be mastered. And I do want to try my hand at life coaching, because naturally, you become the go-to person. If you look like you can solve a problem, if the people hear you speak and she sounds like she can solve a problem, then you become automatically the go-to person. And that's what I feel like. I feel like just any and everything, and I say, I can see myself doing that. So definitely being a life coach, maybe a little, with a spin to it. Definitely see myself doing that. And actually the ministry aspect of it. I'll probably take my ministry to another level, because I did put on a women's conference last year in October. It was very successful, had a good time. And of course, a plethora of ideas of what you should do next time and what you should do. Like, did you enjoy it? At least tell me you enjoyed it. But of course they did. But people get excited along with you, especially those that labor with you in ministry and truly love you. So I definitely will be in 5 years. I'll be mastering real estate. Okay?
All right. Love it.
I'll be my Healing Through Giving ministry will definitely take off, and we'll probably be soaring. We fly. I fly around. You'll see us flying, but I think in 5 years we'll be soaring.
Yes.
And I'm excited about that. And who knows what God will drop in my lap in 5 years. So whatever he has me to do in 5, I'll be doing that and mastering everything else that I want to do.
Okay. Now this women's conference that you did, I thought I saw something on Facebook.
You probably did.
What was there like a main purpose of it?
It was basically because I hadn't been on TV in a while, because I kind of took some time off to raise KJ, the 4-year-old. Takes a lot of my time. So like, duh, but yeah. So I took some time off, and so but the stories never stopped. The requests never stopped coming in. And I said, how about, got an idea. How about that I, culminate these stories and these testimonies and turn into a women's conference.
So what do you mean stories and testimonies? Or people were
on my show, I had people come in as guests to tell their stories.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. To actually how they've overcome, how they're surviving, what they're doing now to help others, etc. So I turned that into a women's conference, and it was beautiful. The stories that I had on there were beautiful. We also did health segments. We had some entertainment going on, and it was free. I didn't charge anything. It was free. It was in Maryville, Indiana, and the name of the conference was Pursuit to Greatness Women's Conference.
It was free.
Yeah. Yes. FR. It was an extension of my ministry. I get that a lot. It was free food, giveaways, and the sponsorship was amazing.
Wow.
Like God blew my mind. Like I had McDonald's as a sponsor. Yes, my local McDonald's actually helped me out. It was so funny because I kind of went back to my days when I just started. It was by phone call. Hi, my name is Jacinda Ross, and I'm doing XYZ. And I believe that door was cracked open by the Lord, and I just opened it all the way up, and then continued. I gave her some background on what I was doing and what I had been doing, and they were taken. They were sold, and they provided everyone that came, every participant, they gave them freebies, and they gave gifts. And I told them, I said, I'm expecting about 100 participants, and they gave me well over 100 gifts and giveaways for them, and I was just blown away. So I thank you so much to McDonald's. I don't know if they're watching, but I'll probably pass on the link so they can
Right.
watch.
Definitely.
And I had other local sponsors, that actually saw the vision, without me going to a whole lot of detail, caught on and say, okay, yeah, we'll support you. Midway through my sentences, I'm like, whoa, I had the local hospital that actually helped out. Thank you to St. Mary Medical out in Hobart, Indiana. Appreciate your help. And yeah, so the women's conference, I made it free. If everybody's giving, and giving, hey, I just said, well, let me give back to some women out there. And we had such a good time.
Oh,
we had a fashion show there. We had a Whitney Houston impersonator. Hey, Sherry Withers. Thank you. And it was a time to just have fun. Okay, it was but the atmosphere. I said, Lord, change his atmosphere. I want everybody to have fun and to breathe in and out and enjoy your time here. And we had the music going, and it was so much fun. Yeah, so I plan on I want to master that. So in 5 years, of course, that my women's conference will be mastered.
So you're going to continue and have one every year?
I think I'm going to do it this year, this October 2019. I'm going to go ahead and do it again. I don't know the theme yet, but we'll see. Whatever guy, he's a great producer.
Yes.
I say, where'd you come with this idea? My producer. What's his name? Are you ready? I'm going to give you his name.
Love it. I love it. Yes. Brag on him, right? He loves that. He loves that.
Yes, he does.
Oh my, that's wonderful. I missed that. I missed it.
Yeah. I was plugged. I was putting it, I had limited space.
Okay.
So I advertised and I had to pull it down because when it's free.
Yeah.
It was free. All you had to do was just come. And we fed people until they couldn't eat no more. Had local vendors there that came and gave giveaways. Of course, I had the mortgage company there. Hey, Ruby Stover. Because I believe in sharing the wealth. God has been so good to me. So when you're actually overflowing, you give it. So I didn't put a price tag on it. And I'm not again this year. I'm going to do it again for free. So whoever came last year, you already know what happened. More inspiring stories, more entertainment. Yeah. Looking forward. We may even add the men into on the fashion show end of it because we had the ladies, Thanks to Tanisha. I appreciate you. She actually came in and did the fashion show for us. So it was great. Yeah.
That sounds wonderful.
Yes. So you'll know this time.
I will know.
Oh, yes.
Hopefully I'll be in attendance this year.
Yes.
So my schedule will allow it.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. I understand that.
Right. Hey, Lady Iris, thanks for watching. And Lady Tanil is on. I appreciate you all for watching. I'm trying to call out your names as I see you guys come on here. But I do appreciate you all for joining us on today. Before I end today, when does Jacinda get a chance for Jacinda?
Let me see.
When you're asleep?
Yeah, when I'm asleep and when KJ's down for a nap. And I think about that too. I think I get so much enjoyment out of what I do, and things go in seasons, like the Jacinda TV show actually had some downtime because I was raising KJ, and that was, that's a lot of rest. That's a lot off my plate, but it will be starting back up again. The Jacinda TV show, it'll be filmed in the city of Chicago, and I'll put the information out there. It's going to be around health, educating our community at large about health, and then other stories as well. Definitely will be platformed and featured. Excited about that. But yeah, I think the downtime that I had from the Jacinda show after the 4th season, yes. Okay. That's when I said, okay, so this is what it feels like to sit down and look at Crime Watch daily. This is what it feels like to just have nothing to do.
Right.
Yeah, but say a lot of the stuff I was doing, I wasn't married and I didn't have any children.
Gotcha.
So that you have a lot of time, on your
And things
hand.
kind of changed
Oh,
after
yeah,
that. Yeah,
when
your
they- oh,
responsibilities.
Yes.
Yes, from being married to being a
Yes.
mom.
I love being a wife, but it's a responsibility, kid.
It is.
Oh,
It is
no.
indeed. Right. No, that's great though. I
Mhm.
love it. I love your energy.
Oh, thank you.
That's why I asked you, when does
Thank
Jacinda
you.
get a chance for her? Because you're it seems like you're just out. You're like that. I
Mhm.
could put a big old S on your chest,
Oh,
Superwoman.
yeah.
You're just you're just all over. You're trying to, do
Yeah.
everything. And I mean, looks like you're accomplishing it in,
Yeah.
so
I
many
thank God for
different.
that consistency because we all can start, all right, but not all of us, are consistent, you know. So
Yes,
yeah, I've met a lot of starters, and so that's why I think the life coach thing, when that takes course, I can share even more.
I would agree.
I
I
can
would
share
agree.
even more.
I would agree. And I think you need to go that route.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
motivation. Okay, great. Yeah, because when you start, you're like, yeah, you have all this energy and zeal and great, and then you start to go through the turbulence a little bit. We
Hmm.
all do, and that's when I've had to lean. A lot of my leaning times came from when I was like, okay, this is not going according, like I didn't see this in the fork. I didn't plan this out. Okay. All these, bumps and, snares and traps, but I thank God he carried me. He guided me through that. If you stay connected with him, he'll guide you through all the terrain, the tough terrain. And that has what's happened to me. I've been able to be, because when I look back, I say, wow, I haven't really stopped doing none of this stuff. I haven't stopped doing. So it's funny
Right.
when you say that, when you have time for yourself. I'm like, oh, okay. I never really looked at it like that. I guess when I
Right.
get to heaven,
Oh my goodness.
that's when I'm going.
She's gonna keep working, y'all. She's gonna keep working. But no, that's good stuff.
Oh.
What is your recommendation or
Mhm,
advice, should I say,
mhm.
to individuals who are in the ministry at their church, or even those who don't even know what they want to do?
Mhm.
Here's how you can put that life coaching
Oh,
into effect right
yes.
now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
What's
All
your
right.
what's your
Hot
response
seat.
to
Hot
that?
seat. Give yourself time. I'm not, don't become stagnant or to the point where you're not doing anything. You want to keep movement going, and you can take time to brainstorm, write down what it is that you're thinking about doing or really, really want to do. And sometimes it takes time to even figure out, or how to go about what you really want to do. Because I know I've always wanted to be an attorney for a long time. Okay. And I started to put that in practice. Okay. Well, going to college, starting out in that route. But if you, like you said, in a position where you don't really know, you think you have an idea and you, you kind of dabbed in this, but you're really not sure, give yourself time to sort it out because it will come together. And walking with God is a journey. Okay, especially if you call on His help, you're gonna take time. It's gonna take time anyway. But give yourself the time to think it all the way through. Research what you think you want to go into. If it's starting your own business, and a lot of us, want to start our own business. If you know what you want to go into, if you want to say, I want to start selling hair, or I want to start, a business, a daycare business, research it. Go on Google, find some support groups out there, go on Facebook. There's a lot of, groups on Facebook, but my advice would be to research it. Give yourself time there. Because I used to always think that I'm gonna run out of time. If I don't, I'm gonna run out of time. Like, God, what is it?
You
Time
always
is
want to hurry
ticking.
up and do stuff. We don't
Yes.
want to wait for anything.
Yes. And
Okay.
he has the guide. There is a guide. But so give yourself time and just think it all the way through. Think the scenario all the way, not just becoming that. I want to think it all the way through. Research it. That would be my biggest advice. Research it. Because I know when we started out with the creative designs and rental, the flower and decoration business, my mother, she had the talent. That was apparent. We didn't have to actually, learn, develop that. It was there. And I had the administration gifts. It was very easy and simplistic. So, okay, but we didn't know so how do you form a business? Like, who do we go to say that we're out here? Like, what do you do? And that's why I had to research. I was just Googling how to start a flower and decoration business. And then things will pop up and start in your circle. That's what I want to say too. Tell your circle what you're doing, particularly some people that you can trust.
Right.
So circle of supporters, if you have that, tell them I'm thinking about doing this. If you know anyone that can give me direction, if you know anyone that knows, this is what I want to start doing. And if you can help me, let me know. So I would say research, give yourself time, don't, stress out, research, and then, and think it all the way through. Okay. And then reach out to people and start to tell them what your ideas are. It will come together like a beautiful circle. It'll come together.
Love it.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that research is key because
Yes.
especially you want to make sure that you're not duplicating or with
Mhm.
somebody. I mean, 9 times out of 10, you're probably gonna have the same kind of idea of somebody else.
Mhm.
But maybe after you research and see, okay, well, they're doing something that I like doing,
Mhm.
but maybe you can put a spin on yours or
Absolutely.
something to make yours different,
Mhm.
or and then you won't get into copyright and all
Oh,
that stuff,
yeah, exactly.
but yeah, so I think research is key.
Research is
That's
that's
excellent advice. And,
research.
and check it out and see exactly what you want to do. And that's key even for our young people coming up. Sometimes I'm talking
Oh,
to young
yeah.
people and they don't know exactly what they want to
Mhm.
do.
Yeah, and
You know?
it's kind of it's hard.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard, especially if your gifts are not apparent. And you got several things that you want to do, and you only can major in one thing. In college. So
Right.
yeah, so it just gives yourself time, just research, and you may find out this is not. I don't want to do this. I thought I did, but after finding out all this, I don't think I want to go that route.
Right.
So that's why your research is important.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Well, it's
and in the
good.
beginning stages.
Okay.
Mhm.
Hey, what about this question?
Oh yeah.
What about if you are in ministry and you're feeling burned out?
Oh yeah. Oh, the burnout feeling.
Do you seek something else to do, or how do you handle
I,
that?
I don't. I wouldn't advise seeking something else to do because you're already burned out. I think that your downtime, as you talked about, is very important. Whatever that may be, your downtime is very important, and take advantage of that. So, and that's just pretty much being in control of your life, being in control of your schedule. Because my problem was saying no. A lot of us have that problem. It is because there's this, the need is here. Everybody needs you. Only you can. No one else can do it but you, Jacinda. So you can't. There's no way you can say no. But can you do it?
Right.
And then that can lead to burnout. But I think that taking a step back, taking a real step back, because you don't want to abandon or abort your assignments. You don't want to do that. And yes, you can become weary, like you said earlier, because we're humans. That's just a part of being human. But I think if once you have to stay in control and prioritize what's really important on this plate. Okay. What are my necessities and some of the things that I don't have to do. So stay in control. Okay. Of your schedule. Okay. Stay in control of you. And you're not being mean. I wish someone could have said, you're not being mean if you say no, Justin. I mean, you're not being mean. And I don't think I had, because I don't remember anyone telling me that.
Okay.
All I saw was that they need to get this done. I mean, they can't do it. Can you do it? Yeah, okay, I'll be there. And that can come back to bite you. But if I was, that's my former now self.
Right.
And it's a way that you can turn down things that you can't do. Even if you're in ministry and you realize, I don't like this ministry. I think I made a mistake. I'm not the type of person, I don't move fast. Like once I'm in something, I'm like, okay, because our feelings can go up and down. Today I feel like I made a mistake, but tomorrow, I was tripping.
You had to think about it.
I was hungry. I mean, I was hungry. That's but I really didn't feel that way. I mean, I was just hungry at the time. But if you find yourself in a situation where you're in ministry and they need your services, they need your help, the kingdom of God needs you, but you're feeling burned out, and you just, whatever you're feeling, it could be more than just being burned out, frustrated, underappreciated. I would say take a step back and say, okay, let's regroup. And that's what any business does, when there's a problem. Okay, let's step back, take a step back. And then I would reach out to someone that you can truly trust. We all know who we can truly trust and who we got to stay away from. But if you want to seek out someone that you can truly confide in and say, sometimes people help us think, they help us put it together. Especially when you can hear yourself talk about something. But I just wouldn't quit because of that burnout feeling, because I've been burned out in my job. but I had to still go to work the very next day. I have a lot of burned out days in my job.
Right.
So in what I do from that, take a say, okay, why am I feeling this way? Okay, this is why I'm feeling this way. So you're basically talking to yourself, you're talking yourself down, you're kind of bringing things out to whatever's not, false reality or make believe. You want to actually lay the facts down on the table and kind of see what the real issues are and see what you can eliminate. Okay, I don't have to do that. I mean, I know I said I was going to commit to it, but but I would, be honest from the get-go. So that way you won't find yourself in a situation where you have to let someone down and then there's a rift right there that you got to deal with. So I would say definitely you feeling that burned out feeling, just because now you're realizing it. And that's the first step to solving a problem. You're realizing
admit you need it.
I'm burned out.
Right.
You're burned out. Well, why are you burned out?
Right.
Let's get a get a pen, piece of paper. Hey, let's write it down. So that's the advice I would give.
That's good.
Mhm.
Great advice. Great advice.
Thank you. That's the advice I would definitely give.
I put her on a hot seat because she was talking about her
Since I'm here,
being a life coach. So
right.
that was a good start. Good
Life
start.
coaching training. Okay.
Yes, definitely, definitely. All right, great. Well, Jacinda, I just want to thank you again.
Oh, you're welcome.
Your
Thanks for
energy,
having
I
me.
can't say enough about your energy. You've given me energy. Deidre said she wasn't feeling good, and you gave her energy.
All right, Deidre.
So
Thanks for tuning in.
thank you so much. I'm like, oh my God, you do so many things. But Lord, I just thank you for what
you.
you gifted her with.
I thank you,
appreciate
Lord. I
it.
thank you.
Just beautiful, and all around beautiful person. Now I have to tell you my listeners, who Jacinda is to me.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
She is actually my cousin. She married my cousin.
Right.
And believe it or not, today was my first day meeting her in person.
Oh, yeah.
But she is married to my cousin.
Yeah.
And
shame on us.
Right. But she fits in so well. It's just beautiful.
Beautiful family.
Yes,
Beautiful
definitely. And she comes from a beautiful family.
Thank you.
We just thank God for that.
You.
And again, continue with what you're doing.
Okay, I will.
The excitement you have, don't let it go.
Yes.
Don't let it go.
Preservation, Lord. Thank you.
Let God continue to work in you, through you, for you.
Yes.
As you bless others.
I
just see God just continue just taking you higher and doing more for him.
I receive that.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. You said earlier about soaring.
Yes.
At the beginning of the year, I know the Lord gave to me that mind, body, and soul was going to soar.
Woo.
Okay. And I realize that it's not only for mind, body, and soul, because my guests that have come here, the Lord has blessed them tremendously. Wow. And my listeners as well. So that's to all of you as well, for you all to soar. I want my producer to soar, the owner of the station. And the Lord has actually blessed him. He's been blessing him tremendously.
Awesome.
He really is. Earl, the other Winfrey, I'm giving him a shout out on today. So we're going to end today.
Oh,
anything you want to leave us with?
Was so fast. God bless you all.
Wasn't it?
Keep on pushing. Stay connected to the power source. That's him. Okay. Don't avoid him. Talk to him every day. If you're going to say hi, good morning, talk to him every day.
That's right.
Yes. He'll keep you in perfect peace. Because in this world, that's what we need.
We need that perfect peace. You are so right.
Yes.
You are so right. So right.
Yes.
So again, thank you. And thank you to my listeners, my viewers on today for joining us and your input and taking time out to listen to Jacinda and myself on today.
Thank you.
When we end, you're going to hear the sponsor. We're going to play their clip again before we have our outro on today. So you guys make sure you contact ALH Enterprises. I'm excited that they are a new sponsor of Mind, Body, and Soul. And I'm looking for the Lord to allow them to soar as well and to do great things for them. So take a listen to the commercial and we'll be ending today. But thank you again for joining us and we appreciate you.
Hey there, business owners. Is your accounting software challenging? Are your human resources processes non-existent? Does your employee benefit options include an employee assistance program? From purchase orders and timesheets to HR and EAP, ALH Enterprises Incorporated and affiliates can create, overhaul, or simply tweak your system. With decades of experience, we can improve your current situation. Just call us 872-239-0254. Again, 872-239-0254. Contact ALH Enterprises Incorporated today.
Get caught in a net with a net for your mind, body, and soul. Get caught in a net with a net. It's your intellectual radio show, here to inspire you and encourage you to be your very best. Get caught in a